Hey, welcome back. So today I am doing a simple video about how I pre-flight a Champ, and then we will go fly. So I do everything in order. I don't really have a checklist to do the walk around, but I do have a checklist for when I get in the cockpit and get ready to take off. I make sure that I did the things I needed to do, and this goes for every airplane that I fly. So first, I always check the gas first, and then I will do the oil. And like the Champ, once I roll it outside, the first thing I do is I chalk it and chain it down. And then once I do that, I will put all the documents and everything I need to be legal, for me to be legal to fly, in there. And then I will do the walk around. So like I said, this is for the same for every airplane. I always start with the left wing, because on 172s, first off, you're usually checking the pitot and all that stuff over here. So on the Champ though, you need to be checking that all your inspection covers are in, and of course your bolts, just like a 172. But really you just need to be checking if there's any tears in the fabric. You need to make sure that the inspection cover and all the screws is on up top. And then there's also inspection covers below the fuselage. You need to be looking at your brakes and your wheels. So you will be checking all the screws, and this right here can't really be fixed, at least not at the moment. But anyway, all the other screws are in. You see on the side of the fuselage for no tears, all the bolts. Here at your elevator, that it ain't too stiff, because I have flown in 172 before that the elevator was too stiff, like it had a bunch of bird nests and stuff stuck in the stabilizer. So I didn't fly it that day. I had to let the mechanics clean it out. But then the rudder, make sure that your pins are in, and check out your tail wheel, your springs. And now we just do the same for this side. So beside the fuselage, you want to check that the cover is in on the bottom, then all the bolts and screws on this side, and the inspection cover on top, how the aileron feels, still looking for tears and stuff. And then yeah, like I said, the main thing on these things is about the inspection covers, because they want to fall off a lot. So right here would be your pitot tube, and right there should be your static port. Your shocks ain't too low, and the wheels don't look too bad. Then you want to check your air filter, and on like a wooden prop, make sure that there ain't no cracks or stuff like that. But that is really it, besides checking the door. So now I'm just going to do my checklist that I have to crank this thing up, and then we are good to go. I made this checklist myself probably about a year ago. I need to make a new one, because there's some stuff I'd like to change about this. But anyway, yep, I have checked the gas and oil. The fuel is turned on, and make sure the plane is blocked for solo start. And I did walk around and inspect everything. I do have the documents aboard. Okay, now we're getting to the start process. So yes, the throttle is all the way back, and the mags are cold. And now we can do a compression check. Even though the mags are cold, you still want to treat it like it's hot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the cylinders seem like they have pretty good compression. So next, it wants us to prime it. For today, we will just do a little over 3 primes. All right, she's primed. Next is mags is hot. Throttle is cracked. And brakes held if somebody is with me. And then we are ready for engine start. Then once it is running, first we check the oil pressure. Then we will remove the tail wheel block and the chain. Then I have strings attached to the main wheel chocks because it's kind of dangerous to let your airplane idle even though that you have parking brakes, and I don't even have that. So definitely need ropes to pull your chocks out while you are inside the airplane instead of walking around and taking them out while it's running with nobody in it. So here we go. So it usually goes on 3 pulls. So right here's 1, 2. See, now that I have the brakes held, I can remove the chocks. So first what we do is we'll set the radio. We might be going to Statesville and we might not, but the altimeter is next. The fuel elevation is 900 feet. Then I note the time. So now we will check the wind. So the wind so we are back. That was a 1.8 hour trip. So I done one landing here, and then I done a touch and go at Statesville, and then I had permission to land at Little Mountain. So then I also went to Lanny's, and I stopped there, and I got me a candy bar and a water, and then I left there and I headed back home. But about that entire flight since I left home going to Lanny's, they got picked up. It was gusting to about 19 knots. So that was some pretty good practice today. But getting back to the pre-flight, I know that my checklist didn't include the carb heat. That is because I am going to remake it. Like I said, I made it like a year or so ago, and I need to update it and add some stuff and take away some stuff that really don't need to be in there. But yep, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time.